Okay, so here we are for the next quest, and it is the 7th level. So this is going to be a lot shorter, this video. Look how many cards you have to get through this time, like not even a third of last time. Now, the actual quest is about this thick, because this deck, we've already done this deck. This is the Goblin Deck. It's got a little picture of a goblin here. So we've got Goblin Scouts, Goblin Swordsman, we've got, Watchful Eyes, I love that card, and we have the Goblin Tunnels. Okay, so we've done all those cards. If you want to see me go through those cards, they're in the other video. Now, they're all pretty much the same, all the same comments, except, of course, that this quest no longer has that effect that stops engagements checks, so they actually are going to be attacking you, those goblins, so they're a lot scarier this time around. So let's get straight into this. The 7th level, which is quest 2, and has a difficulty factor of 3. So this one is supposed to be extremely easy. I have not played this one, so I can't tell you. But if they say it's level 3, then it probably is. Setup. Search the encounter deck for the Book of Marzabul and have the first player attach it to a hero of his choice, then shuffle the encounter deck. And then 1B is reveal one encounter card per player and add it to the staging area. So far it's a very simple quest, just quest 15 and we're done. 2B is a 17 quest to get by, and when revealed, remove Book of Marzabul from the game. Forced. At the end of the staging step, reveal the top X cards of the encounter deck, adding all enemies to the staging area. Discard the other revealed cards without resolving them. X is the number of players. Okay, so this is an effect that is pretty cool and is very interesting, but unfortunately is almost completely devoid of use in a single player game. When you're only revealing one, basically when you're playing solo player, you reveal a card, and if it's not an enemy, you discard it. Okay, but if you're playing multiple games, especially playing 3-player, would be very fun because you'd be able to really get through and throw things out of your deck, have lots of surprises come up. So it's an interesting effect. And after you quest for 17, you finish it. So the quest itself is very basic. It's like an old school, well, I guess it's not really an old game, but all you're doing is questing. There's nothing fancy. There's no fancy requirements here, and I think that's pretty cool. So 15 and 17 is a lot of points, though. So let's have a look at the book. The Book of Marzabul. And the book is restricted and action. Exhaust a hero to claim this objective. Then Book of Marzabul. Attach Book of Marzabul to that hero. Remember, it starts off attached. If detached, return Book of Marzabul to the staging area. So various things can probably detach it, goes back up to the staging area, then you need to tap to pick it up, kind of like an Athelas in Journey to Raskabel. Anyway, attached hero cannot attack and does not exhaust to commit a quest. So that sounds kind of bad, but it's actually really awesome. I mean, the obvious combo here that instantly pops into your head is the Dwarf God. Now, he gets a bonus by not being tapped, right? And he bonuses everyone else's will and attack power. So usually people do not tap him. He's like a dead hero. He doesn't do anything except collect resources and buff everybody else. He does have a huge defense ratio, so people do use him for defense, but you don't want to really do that because then all you're attacking back after the defending stage is done is weaker. But with this book attached to him, he can actually quest, but still not tap, and therefore his ability stays live. So, very cool little combo you can run with him. Okay, the first quest, we've got 1, 2, 3 upper halls. Okay, so it's 3 fet, 4 to quest. It's Underground, Doomed 2. Now, Underground, I'm almost 100% sure. I mean, I'm not an expert on these cards yet, but yeah, Ancestral Knowledge does work on underground locations. So you can, ooh, bash, just smashed the camera. Okay, so underground locations do, yeah, so you can actually clear this location in one go using that card. And it's Doom 2, which is very bad. Then we have Hidden Threat, and we've got we've got 2 hidden threats. When revealed, each player must raise his threat by 1 for each enemy in the staging area. Then the last player discards an attachment he controls. Okay, this is an extremely bad quest, bad treachery card. Now, there is some interesting attachment dodging you can do. There is Ember Heavensmith, which allows you to reattach things, and I've actually seen decks that play better by discarding Steward of Gondor. So you discard Steward of Gondor after you've got a whole shitload of resources on one character, and then you can use their Treachery card to actually put it in your graveyard, use Hammersmith to pick it back up, and then cast Steward on a different character and get coins on that character. Now obviously this isn't quite as necessary now, as you have things like the Belt, which allows you to be any resource color, and you can, you know, transfer resources using parting gifts and stuff, and you can put resources anything with Ziggy, so that kind of little combo isn't really necessary. But the point is, especially in solo play, because in solo play you need to make much more modular decks, you know, and because of that they require a lot of songs, they require a lot of attachments to get functioning, because they need to do everything, not just one thing. And this could really shut down a solo deck, so make sure you are cancelling that. You want your Tests of Will, you want your Eleanor running, and it's awesome. Okay, then we have one of these guys, Fret level 45. You never want to see a creature card with a Fret level 45. It usually means it's very bad. It's called an Orc Hornblower, and when revealed, revealed 1 card from the encounter deck and add it to the staging area. So, not really that interesting to me. I mean, really, he's not really that bad. He does have a 45 threat, so he does stay in the staging area all the time. I mean, you're not going to have to worry about this guy for a long time. He does have 3 health and 1 defense, which means he'll only be able to be killed with Done Here either in 2 turns or through Done Here with a mark, but still, very good target for Done Here. And what is interesting is that he has a When Revealed and he has a Surge. Now, you can cancel that When Revealed with Test of Will, not with Eleanor, because that only works on treacheries, but the Surge itself will still occur. So, basically, when this guy comes up, you're drawing 2 cards, okay? But you can cancel one of the cards. Okay, and here we have the Cave Troll. Now, we all know how much we hate trolls. 4 threat, 6 attack, 4 defense, 7 hit points. Now, this is a card. Okay, now here's a card. Very, very scary. And check out this. It does have victory points. Thank you. Finally, trolls with victory points. Why the Heal Troll? We've got Heal Troll with victory points. You know, some of the monsters that don't have victory points baffle me. But we do have victory points for this guy. Anyway, for each excess point of combat damage dealt by Cave Troll, damage that is dealt beyond the remaining hit points of the character damaged by its attack, you must damage another character you control. Now, Nate actually did a rule clarification on this. Someone sent him in, and there's a post on Card Game Database with all of the Nate responses that I know of. So if you know of more official Nate responses, let me know and I'll add it to that little FAQ. But you can read his response there, and the way this card works is that every single point of damage beyond the damage that it takes to kill a character, okay, is counted individually, right? So say this guy attacks for 6 and he kills a character with 1 defense and 3 hit points, okay? That means there's 2 points of damage left on from the 6, because he used 1 point for the defense, and 3 points to kill. Okay, so he's got 2 points of damage left. Now, those points of damage are added individually. You can place it on any character you want. You don't have to place it all on one character. You don't have to place 2 points on one character. You can place 1 point on one character, 1 point on the other. Okay? But what is interesting is in Frodo's case, he can only use his ability once per turn. So if you have, and say you kill a character with 1 life and 0 defense, there's 5 damage to put down. You can't put all that 5 damage on Frodo and eat it as threat, because only 1 point can be cancelled, and the other 4 points will not be able to be cancelled, and then you'll have to spread out that damage, and it overflows. So if you kill a creature, if this card kills someone that has no defense and 1 hit point, okay, like say a Daughter of Nimravel or whatever, he'll have 5 points left. Now if I use 3 of those points to kill another character that has 3 hit points, okay, that will in fact mean that there's another 2 points left that I need to place on another character. And just in case you're wondering, the overflow damage does not count defense of the characters you're placing it on. Okay? It actually is assigned as damage, not as a defense. You can't defend from it. So if you have 2 points of damage to place, you can't place it on a character with 2 defense, and that damage is cancelled. Extremely scary card, and there should be 2 of them. Awesome. I love that card. I think that is like one of the coolest monsters we've seen in the game so far. Okay, so we have a Plundering Armor. We've got we've got 2 plundered armories, and this armory is actually one of the very, very first spoiled cards from Khaz from official FFG website. And it is an underground location, and while Plundered Armory is in the staging area, enemy gets +1 attack. But after Plundered Armory leaves play as an explored location, each player may attach a weapon or armor attachment from their hand to one character he controls. Very, very cool. So basically, this is one of the first cards I've seen that allows you to play cards completely for free. You can travel here and just place something out in your hand. Awesome. So that axe, I'm actually not sure whether the Duroday marks are actually called armors, but I know that the axes definitely are, and I know that the Citadel plate is. Citadel plate costs 4 to cast. Actually, it costs 0 when you're running this guy. Okay, so 1, 2, there's 3 of these, and it is a Undisturbed Bones. Okay. When revealed, each player must deal... Oh, I haven't really been reading out... Have these things not had shadow card effects and I just haven't been reading them? Oh well. When revealed, each player must deal X damage to one ally he controls. X is the number of allies he controls. This is a pretty cool card. It basically sacks an ally. It kills your worst guy. So, not too bad, not too good. It's easily cancelable. It has got a shadow. If the defending character is an ally, discard it from play. So, this is kind of interesting because there was a card in the other quest that if the defending card gets discarded, so you want to defend with your ally, and this one is trying to convince you the best thing to do is always defend with your heroes. Now, of course, we do have cards like Burning Brand nowadays, which make Shadow a lot less scary. Shadow cards a lot less scary, so probably a good idea to run them. 1, 2, there's 2 of these. Goblin Archer. Players cannot optionally engage the Goblin Archer. So this is kind of like the Archer from Core Set. Characters with range are eligible to attack the Goblin Archer while it's in the staging area. So this card completely changes the dynamic of the ranged effect. Any character with range can attack into the staging area to kill this card and this card alone so far. Forced. After an enemy is revealed from the encounter deck, the first player must deal 1 damage to one character he controls. Very, very cool card. Very thematic. Scary as hell. I don't want to see this guy on the table when I'm playing. And when I do, I want to kill him. Note, he has 3 defense. Okay? Which means he cannot be attacked by Dun here. Okay? He only has 1 damage to put on him. But Dun here needs a mark to damage this guy, okay? Because he can only attack into the staging area for 3, and that's exactly why he has 3 damage on him. Next, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is probably the card we're going to be seeing the most of, Goblin Spearmen. Now, Goblin Spearman gets +2 attack if his attack is undefended. We've seen a very similar card to this in the other set that I did in the last video. I can't remember what it's called, but it's another goblin. It's probably even in this set because... Yep, this is the last card. There it is. Goblin Sword Man has the exact same effect. And the shadow effects are the same. So these are basically the exact same card, except the Swordsman is probably a little more scary because he's attacking for 3 and this guy's attacking for 2. Either way, don't leave your cards undefended. And there's only one of this guy, so we're not going to see him often. The Chieftain of the Pit. When revealed, Chieftain of the Pit gets +3 attack until the end of the round. He's only got 27 threat. So keep your threat managed is basically what's happening in here, because he comes down with 7 attack. 8 attack, if I could actually speak correctly, because I am a moron and I was looking at the health. That's what you get for being dyslexic. Okay, so anyway. So he's attacking for 8. And his shadow effect is attacking enemy attacks again after this attack is dealt. Deal it another shadow card for the next attack. So quite a decent shadow card as well, but I think I would rather see this as a shadow card than as a card in the staging area. But remember, when revealed, can be cancelled with a test of will. And that is it. That is the totality of that quest. Again, as I said, we've done these cards, so I'm not going to go through them, but it is worth noting that it has a whole bunch of goblins. 3, 4, 5. Yep, there's 5 of the swordsmen. Okay, so swordsmen and spearmen are the cards you're going to be seeing the most of. Okay, so that is quest the 7th level. So I hope you like that. I will see you next time.